Alright, let's do a decimal division without using a calculator. First thing we'll do is put our question, our division, into a fraction format. 0.35 over 0.005. Now note, that's not actually a fraction. A fraction is an integer on an integer, or a whole number on a whole number. But it's just a fraction format of numerator over denominator. Now my next move is, I don't want this denominator to be a decimal. I don't mind if the numerator is, but the denominator, no. So one way I can stop that from being a decimal is multiply by 1,000 will give me 3 movements of the decimal place. So if I multiply this number by 1,000, that's going to get me a whole number. But whatever I do to the denominator, I better do to the numerator. So that will give me the 5 on the bottom, because 1, 2, 3 movements gives me a 5 on the bottom. 3 movements on the top give me 1, 2, 3, a 350. Note that what we really did then was multiply by 1,000 on 1,000, which is just the number 1, which is of course a perfectly acceptable thing to do. 350 divided by 5, well, let's look at it. How many 5s can I get out of 3? I can't get any. 5s out of 35 is 7, and 5s out of 0 can't get any. So my answer is 70. And that is my final answer, because all I ever did was get the question, rearrange, multiply by 1. So what this is telling us is, how many .005s are in 0.35? There's 70 of them. Another example. Okay, let's write in fraction format again, of 0.036 divided by 0.4. Now it's only the denominator I don't want to be a decimal, so I want to multiply it by 10, and I'll do the same to the top. So if I just multiply by 10 on 10, that'll do. Numerator times 10 gives me a 0.36. Denominator times 10 makes it become 4. Notice the numerator is still a decimal, but that's okay. In the division algorithms we do, it's fine to have a decimal in there as long as you know that your answer will also have a decimal in exactly the same position. But this number out here, the divisor, has to be a whole number. So that's why I cared about the denominator being whole, but the numerator could be decimal. Now say 4's into 0, doesn't happen. 4's into 3 doesn't happen either. 4's into 36 is 9. So we get an overall answer of 0.09. And just like the last problem, all we've done is rearrange and multiply by 1. So the final answer is 0.09. Done.